بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We are continuing with our studies of Surah Al-Qamar, and last time we had done the explanation of some of these ayat, but before that we had stopped the Nahw and the Sarf on this ayah number 28. We didn't finish it, but we left a little bit. So we're going to start from there today, and we will go as much as the hour allows up to where we can stop. Because for now, the ayat are going to start repeating themselves more often, and we will skip wherever the nahu has been done. So, for example, I will be highlighting this ayat in blue. So if you see blue, it means we have already done it before. And so there's no point in repeating. The nahu is still the same. The only difference is that when it comes to explanation, it will add more. There's always a reason why Allah repeats something, and we will try and understand the reasoning behind that. We don't claim that we know, but we hope to uncover the reason. That's the whole point of the study, based on what the scholars have said before us and based on the Deeper Look series by Ustaz. Okay, so let's continue with our Nahwu and Sarf. Sultana.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
ونبيه.
Oh, we're starting
So
from كل أمر. Oh, we already done this, نبئهم. Or maybe I could
نبيه
just do a recap. Remember we
جي
did نبئهم is the فعل أمر.
فعل أمر
Yeah.
هم مفعول
And
به.
yes, هم is the مفعول به number one. Because
جي
remember نبأ is a
نبأ
فعل that takes three مفاعيل. It takes three مفاعيل. So it would take, for example, now home here would be the first مفعول به. And now we have to ask ourselves, where's the second and third مفعول به? So after it, there's a جملة اسمية. So we would say that this جملة اسمية سدت مسد المفعولي نبئ. So this جملة اسمية substituted or took the place for the two مفعول بهs. مفعول به ثاني and مفعول به الثالث. Okay, and of course it's a جملة اسمية, so inside it's مبتدا خبر and متعلق بالخبر أو متعلق بقسمة. Okay, so بينهم goes back to قسمة. Okay, so that's what we did, but the ayah doesn't end there, so it goes on. كل شرب محتضر.
كل شرب كل is مضاف. شربين is مضاف إليه, which forms the مبتدا.
مبتدا.
مبتدا and محتضر is خبر.
Yes, so it's a pretty straightforward sentence. مبتدا خبر, nothing much happening there. كل شرب محتضر. مبتدا bucket, خبر bucket. All right, so that's a pretty straightforward one. فنادوا صاحبهم فتعاطى فعقر.
So far is so मतलब this should be استنافية sister. We can take it as استنافي.
So there are two ways in which they have described this fa. They have described it as fa حرف عطف. So كل شرب محتضر فنادوا صاحبهم. They have looked at it that way. The other way of looking at it is fa fasiha. I find this one more convincing as a fa fasiha. And I think we covered this part last week when we did the explanation, but just to explain to you what's happening. So we talked about how Allah was having a conversation with Saleh, and Allah told Saleh, "Inna mursilu naqati fitnatan lahum, fartaqibhum wastabir." So Allah is talking to Saleh. This scene is describing the conversation between Allah and Saleh. Remember I gave you that analogy where the headmaster is telling the teacher to go and do an examination in a room. So it's kind of like, okay, so the conversation is happening between the headmaster and the teacher. Okay, of course we're not saying that Allah is the headmaster, ma'adallah, but I'm giving you an analogy, right? So this is the conversation that is happening between Allah and Saleh. We are going to test them with a camel. Therefore, or if you know that this is a test, you're going to pay close attention to them and be extremely patient. وَنَبِّئْهُمْ, and also inform them, give them the great news, because this is an amazing news that they need to have, that the water is going to be shared between them. It's going to be shared between the people of Saleh and the camel. Okay?
जी जी
كل شرب محتضر, every single drink would have its apportion, like it's appointed. Every single drink is appointed. One day for them, one day for the camel. Okay. Now, فنادوا صاحبهم. After they understood this, or after they were given this information, after some time, so there's something missing. If you look at, like, there's a link. It was a conversation of Saleh and Allah that was happening, and then all of a sudden, it goes back to a different scene. فنادوا صاحبهم. As if some time passed, that conversation was already done, and now this is a totally different scene. فنادوا صاحبهم فتعاطى فعقر. So after some time, after they have understood the instructions of Saleh, after all that conversation happened, نادوا صاحبهم. They got sick of the camel and then they called their sahiba. So this to me makes more sense as a fa fasiha, because it feels like something is missing, and this fa is explaining that thing that is missing. You understand the link between this
जी
and the previous one? Yeah.
so نادوا is فعل ماضي
Yes. So this is Madi.
هم ضمير is the file
Exactly.
صاحبهم is مضاف مضاف إليه which forms the مفعول به
Exactly. So this is a مفعول به and it's a مضاف مضاف إليه.
definitely.
صاحبهم.
So far again here this should be عطف
So
sister
yes, this is going to be ataf because it shows immediately. And again, it shows you their evil intent. Like immediately they had a meeting and immediately they decided what to do. And immediately he decided he's going to do it. فتعاطى. And then again, فعقر. And immediately, like he didn't even talk himself out of it. Like he was so eager to do it. He did it almost immediately. Allah. Mm-hmm.
عطف تعاطى is فعل ماضي with the هو
Yes.
ضمير as the file
Yes. So again, another فعل ماضي there. So
Yes.
this فعل ماضي goes back to this فعل ماضي and this one like that. So
जी.
they're connected like
فا
that.
is again عطف
Mm-hmm.
فآخر is فعل ماضي again with هو ضمير as file
Yes. So you can see the grammar is not really difficult. Maybe a few things that needs pointing out, like what kind of fa is this, which one makes more sense, and so on and so forth. But deep down, when you look at that's why Allah keeps saying, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ.
قرانا
Look how easy it is. Like it's just مبتدا خبر مبتدا خبر, or فعل ماضي فعل ماضي, like subhanallah, or it's فعل ماضي and مفعول به. Not very complex grammar that is going on here, but then again, how beautiful, how brief, how amazing it is. Any questions on that part before we proceed to the next part? Any clarifications? If we missed anything, please feel free. Again, you know my policy, no man left behind. If you feel like you didn't understand anything, don't feel shy. Don't feel like it's a stupid question. Even if it's a stupid question, ask it anyway, because maybe somebody else is also thinking it, or maybe it's not stupid after all. You're thinking it's stupid because yeah, but maybe it could be like an amazing question. So don't feel shy about that, guys, always. Okay, so let's do the sarf. Okay, there was a bit of sarf. So let's do the sarf and then we can continue to the next section, inshallah. So سيعلمون.
so it is عين لام ميم is the جذر
Yeah. So
so
this is one
فعل
of those
مضارع
words that we need to do. Yes. This is مضارع.
علم يعلم
Mm-hmm.
مضارع
Oh, this is, sorry. This
family one
is علم يعلم. So that means bab 1,
family one
سمع.
سمع
Mm-hmm.
علم علم يعلم
Mm-hmm.
عالم
Yes. علما فهو عالم. Mm-hmm.
عالم
أوف. عالم.
معلوم
Yeah. And the مفعول به is معلوم.
معلوم
So obviously we said it's a مضارع. So the
exactly.
sarf kabir will be مضارع. We're doing the مضارع. So يعلم.
يعلم يعلمان
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
يعلمون
Exactly.
so we have got the verb which is needed
Yeah. So we found it. يعلمون. That's the one. And what does it mean?
they मतलब knowing
Yes. Will soon come to know. I am
yes
writing it like this
they
because of sa.
seen
Yeah.
صح
Yeah, so soon. Soon. Easy to remember. سيعلمون, they will soon come to know, or they will soon know, right? Then we have فارتقبهم.
ارتقب
Mhm.
ارتقاب. That is
Mhm.
راقب.
Exactly. And
ارتقب
family.
يرتقب from family 8. اختيار.
Uh-huh.
So ارتقب, this is فعل ماضي.
فارتقبهم.
it is أمر.
عمر.
جي.
So ارتقب.
ارتقب
ير.
يرتقب.
Uh-huh.
ار-
Uh-huh.
ارتقاب. ارتقب يرتقب
ارتقاب.
ارتقاب فهو مرتقب.
مرتقب. Exactly. مرتقب.
المفروض is مرتقب. جي.
Yeah, and then of course the أمر
مم.
will be
ارتقب.
ارتقب. Mhm. And this is what we're looking for. So the Sarf
جي.
Kabir will be
ارتقب ارتقبان ارتقبون.
أمر.
ارتقب ارتقبا. sorry
Uh-huh.
ارتقبوا. جي أمر.
Yes.
sorry.
ارتقبوا. So ارتقب, this is the whole version that we're looking for. So أنت ارتقب, أنتما ارتقبا, أنتم ارتقبوا, أنت ارتقبي. And then أنتن ارتقبنا. Right? So just revising Sarf there.
جي.
Um,
इंतजार करना, to wait.
yeah, no, not to wait as such, but to watch. So Allah is Ar-Raqib, the one who watches, the one who sees,
Yes.
who keeps watch. So closely watch them.
Watch.
I'm adding closely because يعني irtiqab has the meaning of like pay attention closely or something like that. So closely watch what they do, or yeah.
جي.
Okay.
So again, this is Amar, same.
Yes.
Sabara, sabar.
Uh-huh. Sabara.
Sabara, family 8.
Again, yes.
Amar.
And also Amr. Mm-hmm.
So, istabara, yastabiru, istibaran. Istabara, yastabiru,
Mm-hmm.
istibaran. فهو
Mm-hmm.
مستبر.
مصطبر. Oh, what did I write? مص مصطبر. Okay. استبر يستبر استبارا فهو مستبر. Now, just one point here that we're saying it's family 8. We know family 8 is اقترب, افتعل. So the ta here, it got transformed to a ta because of sad. Remember a while back we talked about this concept of idgham. You have certain letters that are frowning letters. They don't go well with ta, which is a smiling letter. When you say ta, you smile. But when you say saw, you frown. So they don't, happy moods and sad moods, they don't go together. So the Arabs decided, you know what, whenever you're feeling sad, we're just going to give you sad letters. So we're going to give you ta, which is a sad letter. But if you're feeling fine, then you can take a ta. So sad is a frowning letter. It goes together with a ta. And that's why we had that idgham going on. The ta became ta. Istabir. It's not istabir, which is kind of hard to say. Um, so istabir, and of course mustabir. Then the amr would be istabir.
استبر.
Now we're going to do the sarf kabir of that. So istabir.
استبر. 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 استبر.
Exactly. Istabiru.
استبر. जी.
All right.
صبر करो, that is to have patience.
Yes. And I'm going to add extremely patient,
Patient.
because sabara, to be
Mm,
patient.
patient.
Istabara, to be extremely patient. Remember, there's a rule. If you add more letters, then the meaning increases. So we took it from sabara to istabara. We added more letters. So there's something that added there. That's why I'm saying extremely patient. Uh-huh. Nabi'hum.
Nabi. This is Noon Ba Hamza.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And this is family.
This is family 2.
Mm-hmm.
Nabbihum, again Amar.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nabba'a yunabbi'u tambiyatan.
ينبئ
Yunabbi'u tambiyatan.
تنبئ تنبئة.
So,
How do you write this? How do you write this?
tambi. Yeah, just Hamza and Ta, but I don't know while typing.
Yeah, there's a
Ta
rule here
marbuta comes, yeah.
that I'm thinking. So if it
But
comes,
even it is written in the same way what you have written also, sister. Tambi with Yamada, Hamza. Hamza on Ya. Ji, even in this way.
but there's a yeah, so it's gonna be like this. Tambi.
Yeah.
Is there a ta marbuta? Yes. No?
No, yeah, for first one, we have two masdars for this. Tambi
تنبيء.
and the tambiun, the what you have written.
Okay. Yeah. So this one, the writing Hamzas is a bit of a challenge for me. I learned this, but I'm still practicing. So anyway, we'll all get there. So نبأ ينبئ
Munabbi,
تنبيء
munabbi'un,
منبئ
munabba'an, munabbi'un,
منبئ.
full beings, munabbi'un,
Uh-huh. Yeah, so we'll stop there. And yeah,
nabba'a,
munabba'un is the maf'ul bihi, yes.
maful bihi,
And
and
then the
nabbi
amri,
is the amar.
yes, nabbi'. So we're gonna do the amr of this. So nabbi',
Nabbi,
then
bi'a, nabbi'a, nabbi'u, nabbi'u,
mm-hmm. Nabbi', nabbi'a, nabbi', nabbi'u. And then this is going to be وَنَبِّئْهُمْ and
to inform,
yes, and,
inform.
and inform them. Or give them the news. Or yeah, inform them is fine. Tell them, inform them. Okay. محتضر.
حاضر كان ha
Mhm.
ضاد را.
Mhm.
Family 8 again.
Mhm.
محتضرون. This is اسم المفعول.
Yes. اسم مفعول.
محتضر. So اهتزر يهتزر اهتزارا.
Mhm.
اهتزر اهتزارا. فهو مهتزر.
محتضر.
مهتزر is مفعول به and اهتزر is دامر.
Mhm. So محتضر. This is what we're
مهتزر.
looking for. Yes,
جي
محتضر.
مفعول.
ده اسم مفعول. So محتضر.
مهتزر مهتزران مهتزرون.
Mhm. Yeah, we're gonna stop there. محتضر is fine. So we found it. Do you know the meaning of محتضر?
That is to be present. हाजिर रहना. One who
Yeah, but in this
or who
family, it
attended.
means yeah, appointed. Like
Appointed.
yeah, every appointed or apportioned. محتضر, like to make an appointment. So now, like all this, the water is appointed for you on one day and appointed for the Kama on one day.
Yeah.
Mhm. Then we have فنادوا.
Nada. So noon dal hamza. Nada ya
نون
nada.
دال.
Yeah.
Yeah. نداء. Is it?
So this should
Trying to
be
think.
nada. Uh,
Let me just
nada ya
confirm that.
nadu.
Is it
Nada ya nadu.
wow? Let me confirm it if it is wow or yeah. Or it's nada. Wait. Something is not right.
This is
Yeah.
from family 3.
It's
Nada ya
yeah.
nadu.
Okay. Okay. I want to know which kind of nakis is it because sometimes nakis
Acha.
is
Ji ji
confusing.
ji.
Okay. So yeah, it is yeah, you're right. So family 3
Nada
and
yunadi.
mm-hmm.
This is nadau. Filamazi. Okay. Nada yunadi. نادى ينادي نداء.
نداء ومناداة, but نداء
منادا.
is more famous. Yeah.
جي.
So نادي
منادي.
يناد مناد.
مناد.
Yeah, we'll stop there.
جي.
So the فعل الماضي is نادى, then it's gonna be
نادى. نادى with مدى.
نادى. Yeah, the ya comes back.
يا comes back, sorry جي. نادى
Oh,
يا. نادوا.
نادوا. So this is
نادوا.
what we're looking for. نادوا.
This is the word I'm looking.
And it means
To call upon, so they called.
yeah. So they called.
تا.
تعاطى.
अता करना. आइन तो वाव. आइन तो वाव.
Wow.
So this is the family 6.
Family 6, yes.
تعاطى ماضي. تعاطى
تعاطى.
يتعاطى. تعاطٍ. تعاطى
Yes.
يتعاطى. تعاطٍ.
تعاطٍ.
بن. فهو متعاطٍ.
Exactly.
متعاطى. عين ألف تاء.
Oh.
عين can be متعاطٍ.
Yes.
متعاطٍ. جي. So we need ta'ata, the first verb, which is ta'ata, yeah. So again here it will be yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Ta'ata.
Exactly. But this is the one that we're looking at because it's just the one person that did it. So ta'ata. And it means
to caught.
Yeah.
Caught.
So he took it up.
जी.
Or he took up. Actually, the it is not mentioned. So he just took it. Because we know the it would be the
that she camel, sister? No?
No, this is the person who wanted to kill the camel. So he took it up.
What did he take?
He either took the sword, some of us said he took the sword, or some said he took the matter to himself. Like he said, I will be the one to do it. So he took the matter for himself. Like he decided he was the one to do it. And because the maf'ul bihi is not mentioned, then both can apply. He took the sword and he took the matter upon himself.
This is Ain Qaf Ra Aqara from Daraba family 1.
Yes.
Fail Madi. Aqara Yaqiru. Aqrun. Aqirun.
Exactly. فهو عاقر. So عقر.
أقرا أقرا أقروا.
Yep. And this is the one that we're looking for. And you can say so he killed it. Also, I'm going to translate it as so he wounded it. Because I'm going with the explanation that aqara means to cut the hamstring somewhere on the knee to disable it so that it falls down and then you slaughter it. Again, because they are words for slaughtering. Nahar, dhabaha, these are words for slaughtering. Allah did not use those. He used aqar. So based on that, I believe that this word means like he wounded it, brought it down, cut it around the knees so that it can fall down, and then he slaughtered it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Any questions on the sarf? Hope everything is clear. Okay, we're going to proceed to the next section. Again, whatever I have highlighted in blue is something we have already done or something like has come before. So we're not going to do it. We're just going to skip it because the nahw of it has already been done. So that's how we're going to proceed. Okay.
So inna, this is mushabba bil fail with nazamir as the ismu inna.
And together they form the
mubtada.
Exactly.
Mubtada.
Yeah.
Arsalna, this is fail madi. पहले ना ज़मीर as a file.
Mhm. ونحن.
So this will be
Yeah.
خبر إن.
Yes, and this sentence, the whole of the thing is gonna be the khabar of inna. Mhm.
जी. عليهم. This is jar majrur.
Mhm.
متعلق بالفعل.
بالفعل yes متعلقا بأرسلنا.
जी.
أها.
متعلق يعني okay بأرسلنا. Okay for the فعل. صيحة.
Mhm.
This is مفعول به.
Mhm.
So وحيدة is صفة for that.
Yes, واحدة is the sifa. So أرسلنا
وحيدة.
صيحة. We send them a single blast or a single, I don't know, eruption or something. And then again واحدة. So صيحة, and we didn't do this. We're gonna do this next week, inshallah. صيحة. This is this ta marbuta is making it مصدر مرة. It's making it a single time. So one single blast, one single eruption, one single like massive outcry. But then Allah says wahidatan, single. So we're gonna look at why Allah repeats single, or one time, one time. Like it's very interesting. So wahidatan will be the sifa or the
صفة.
na'at of sayhatan. Good.
So again this should be فصيحة. Like what?
No, this is going to be atif because immediately Allah, like
अच्छा.
it's immediately happening. So we send them this blast and immediately كانوا كهشيم المحتضر. This is what they became after the punishment. Okay.
كانوا. So this should be مبتدأ with
Uh-huh.
فعل ناقص with هم ضمير as the اسمه كان, and
Exactly.
تحشيهم is خبر كان.
Yes. You can say خبر كان, or you can say it's because of كا, it's going to be a متعلق. So you can
متعلق.
just say this is
متعلقان.
متعلقان, which together would form the خبر of كان. Because if some people would see متعلق as خبر, or you can say متعلق بالخبر. And this is a kind of تشبيه in balagha studies. So it's a simile. Like when we say he is as brave as a lion, they were as dry, but then the dry is not mentioned. So they were like dried up twigs of the fence maker. It's a weird uh, tashbih that is being made here, and inshallah we'll unpack it next week, what is being said here. So that's what is being said. And al-Hashimi
مضاف
al-Muhtadiri would,
مضاف إليه. This both
exactly.
will come. जी.
Yeah, so this is the mudaf ilay.
Exactly.
Exactly. So you see Hashim is light, no al. And then al-Muhtadir is majroor, so mudaf ilay. So again, you can see the structures are really straightforward, but the language that is being used, it's just next, like I don't even know how Allah, like it's so amazing how this is done, you know. Very simple structures, but the meanings, subhanallah, it's crazy. And we're going to see that next week. Any questions so far? Are we all clear? How كانوا is the مبتدأ, كهشيم is the متعلق. It's very straightforward. What's happening there? And then وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. This whole structure, we had done it before. And again, it will keep on repeating quite a bit. So we're going to skip that. We're going to go to the next story. Now we have done so far Nuh, we have done Ad, this was Thamud, and now we're going to go to
لوط.
sorry, Lut. Yes, we're gonna go to Lut.
كذبت فعل ماضي.
Mm-hmm.
So here ضمير is a file, but we have outside doer. قوم
Yes.
لوط
Yes. So this is our
is a
fa'il.
file.
Of course, قوم لوط مضاف مضاف إليه.
مضاف إليه is a
And
file.
Lut, just a point of note here, Lut is fully flexible because
It is non-Arabic and it has only 3 words, right? And the second word being
and the second word has a sukun on it.
sukun on it.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's important. 3-letter word with a sukun in the middle. It's fully flexible.
जी.
And then you have bin nudur.
بنظر جار مجرور متعلق بالفعل كذبت.
Yes. بكذبت. Where is this كذبت? Okay, كذبت. Okay. So again, you can see really straightforward structures. كذبت قوم لوط بالنذر. فعل فاعل متعلق. Straightforward. إن أرسلنا عليهم. I have highlighted it because it's pretty much what we did here. إن أرسلنا عليهم. So I'm just going to copy this part and paste it here. And then, of course, we have حاصبا is what we are going to look at. Yeah, it's also مفعول به. It's the same thing. It's yeah. Here we had صيحة, and here we have what is it? حاصبا. Yeah. So here. That's pretty much what we have. Okay. So حاسبا is a مفعول به. And then we have إلا, which is إلا.
إلا استثناء sister. أدوات.
Yes. أداة استثناء.
استثناء.
استثناء. And آل لوط
مستثنى.
مستثنى.
منه.
Exactly. مستثنى. We can even say مستثنى منسوب. Sometimes you would see that. I'm only writing it because sometimes you would see that in Arab books. Don't wonder what is happening. مستثنى منسوب means the مستثنى is يعني it has fatha on it, because you can see آل لوط. مستثنى is always منسوب. So they will actually just write it مستثنى منسوب. Okay. And I think we talked a little bit about illa and how illa works. So you look at the sentence. Is it a positive sentence? Is the mustathna minhu mentioned? If it is like that, then the mustathna has to be mansub. Whatever comes after illa has to be a mustathna mansub. So you can see in this sentence, it's a positive sentence. Inna arsalna alayhim hasiban. Positive sentence, nothing negative about it. And then the mustathna minhu is mentioned, hasiban is the mustathna minhu, right? It's mentioned. So we expect whatever comes after illa is going to be mustathna mansub, right? So that's kind of like just a simple revision of al-istithna, especially when it comes to illa, the harf. You can even say harf istithna here, or adat means both harf and ism. So when you have a combination of harf and ism, then we call them adat, articles, if you will, like tools of istithna. But if it's just a harf, like illa is a harf, you can say harf istithna. Or if it's an ism, you can just say ism istithna, for example. Like when we have istifham, we have adat istifham, we have tools of questioning. Some of them are harfs, most of them are isms. So you have, for example, hamza is an adat al-istifham, but it's a harf. Okay, and then you have man is an ism. So just I'm pretty sure you knew that. I was just we are all revising at this point. Yeah. Okay.
So Ilham,
Yes.
okay, what if it was a negative sentence? What would it be then?
Okay. So let's do the complete revision. So we're saying number one, write it in English. Number one, we have positive sentence plus mustathna minhu. That's condition number one. If this is the case, then what do you have? You have whatever comes after illa is going to be the mustathna. Okay. Then number two, you have a negative sentence plus mustathna minhu is mentioned. What do you have? You have two cases here. You have two cases. Either it's going to be mustathna minhu. It's going to be mustathna, like the first case, or it's going to be the badal of the mustathna minhu. So if the mustathna minhu, for example, came in the sentence in rafa form, then whatever comes after illa could also come as a rafa form. So you have two possibilities when it's a negative sentence. Two possibilities. Okay. So sometimes that's why you can see after illa, you have something that is rafa. And even though we said that mustathna has to be nasab, but then you see illa, for example, la ilaha illa Allahu, right? Illa Allahu, because it's a negative sentence. La ilaha illa Allahu, right? So it can go both ways. And then you have the last case where you have a negative sentence. Ooh, what happened there? Okay. Negative sentence without the mustathna minhu. The mustathna minhu is not mentioned, so minus mustathna minhu. I'm giving you formulas today. Minus mustathna minhu. What do you get? You look at the sentence. This is where you remove the negation and just look at what role it plays. So it gives you the role in whatever form it is. So if it was playing the role of the fa'il, it's going to be the fa'il. Okay, let me give you an example of this, because this one might not be very clear. So if I say ما جاء إلا طالب. ما جاء إلا طالب. This is a sentence. It's negation. There's no mustathna minhu. There's nothing that we are making an exception of. The mustathna minhu is not mentioned. So how would I write this talib? What I can do is remove this. This is where you remove that. You remove this, and then you look at the sentence. جاء طالب. So this is my fa'il. So I'm going to say جاء طالب. So ما جاء إلا طالب. So I look at the role that it is playing in the sentence. Or if I say ما أكل أحمد إلا تفاحة. تفاحة. Why am I putting a fathatain on it? Why am I making it nasab? Because if I remove the ma, and I remove illa, what do I have? أكل أحمد تفاحة. So now it's a مفعول به. So when this happens, role number 3, just remove the ma illa structure and look at the sentence and see what role it is playing, and that will be your i'rab. Is that clear? Are we good?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Great. Okay, we can continue. نجيناهم.
نجيناهم فعل ماضي. نا ضمير as the file. نجيناهم is مفعول به. بسهر is جار مجرور متعلقان تو نجينا فعل.
Exactly. بنجينا. The other thing is, here you can notice Sultana is saying na damir is the fa'il. That is the correct way of doing it, by the way. I am writing nahnu because, again, we just want to familiarize ourselves with this language. But if you open an Arab book, you would see them saying na is the fa'il. Damir na is the fa'il. Or wow. Or here they won't say hum. They would actually say ha.
واو
Just the
ضمير
ha.
is the file.
Yeah. So here the ha, only the ha would be the maf'ul bihi, because the meme has a different labeling. We don't want to get into that. Yeah. So you just see them saying who is maf'ul bihi, and then you would wonder, what are they referring to? Who is the maf'ul bihi? There's no who here. There's whom. Don't be, confused. They're referring to the same thing. It's just whom. Yeah. Okay. نعمة.
نعمة is مفعول به, sister.
Good thinking, because it's nasab, so it has to be a maf'ul of some kind, probably, or something nasab. So that's a good way of looking at it. But then نجيناهم بسحر, it will be the maf'ul bihi of what? That's the question. If the maf'ul bihi of what? So نجيناهم, we rescued them. It doesn't answer the question what or who. We rescued the ni'mah? No, we rescued. No,
Them.
it doesn't. Yeah. So you see, them is a maf'ul bihi here. It makes sense. We rescued them, or we saved them. But ni'mah, what kind of question does it answer? So you have to go through the questions.
By what?
Does it answer?
By what?
No, it answers. It could answer why. Why did we rescue them? So you have to ask this question. If it's not answering what, then is it answering how? No, it's not answering how. Ni'matan, blessing. It's not answering how. Is it answering why? Or is it answering where? Is it answering when? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. What is it answering? Then you realize that the best possible question that it is answering is why, as a blessing. نجيناهم بسحر. We rescued them at dawn or at suhoor time. Ni'matan, as a blessing from us. That's the reason why we did it, you know, as a blessing for that. So it's giving the reason. So this is actually مفعول لأجله or مفعول له. Okay, so it's either called مفعول لأجله or مفعول له. Again, this is a tricky one normally to discover because it's not really used a lot and we don't really come across it a lot, but it's there. So you just ask yourself.
Actually.
It answers the question why. Why did somebody do something? So as to be as a blessing for them. Because it was a blessing for them. Right?
Okay.
Is that clear? I know this one is a tricky one. Yeah? And it's not answering how. It's not answering how. It's not answering where. It's not answering when. So you rule out all those. And it's not answering what either. Because if it was answering what, we would say Najayna, we rescued them, or we rescued this book or this computer, we rescued this thing or this person. But ni'matan is an idea. How do you rescue an idea? How do you rescue a blessing? It doesn't make sense as a maf'ul bihi. So you look at the other questions and you see it makes sense as a maf'ul lahu or a maf'ul li ajlihi. All right? من عندنا.
من عندنا من حرف جر عندنا is مضاف إليه. This is متعلقان to فعل نجينا.
من عند متعلقان to نعمة. So
towards the masdar, sister. متعلقان to
so
نعم.
when it comes to muta'alliqs, you have to be careful to know to which thing is it muta'alliq to? Is it hanging on to? Is it attaching itself to? Okay? So if it is attaching to a fi'l, it has to have a meaning. If, for example, we say نَجَّيْنَاهُمْ مِنْ عِنْدِنَا, that doesn't make sense. We rescued them from ourselves. No, see that doesn't sound wrong. It sound right. So it can't go back to the fi'l. So this ni'mah is from us. Ni'matan min indina. So you can actually look at min indina as what else? What else can you look at it? It can also be a sifa of ni'matan. See, ni'matan is nakira and then followed by a jar majroor. So this could also be a sifa to ni'matan. It's describing that kind of sifa. What kind of a sifa was it? It was a special kind of sifa from us. Yeah, so that's how you look at min indina. Is that clear? What's happening there?
Yeah.
So always with muta'alliqs, you have to attach it to the right thing. Otherwise, the meaning is lost. It's important. كذلك نجزي من شكر.
ذلك ka is harf jar. Zalika is majroor. Jar majroor.
Yes. Yeah. So this we can say jar majroor muta'alliq. This is a simple way of just looking at it. Basic, simple way. Because the thing is كذلك, what is ذلك pointing to? You know, that would be the question. but it's pointing to something that came before. So in this manner, the way they were rescued, in this same way that they were rescued, كذلك, in that same way, نجزي من شكر. So that is متعلق to something that is محذوف. You would see that they would explain like that. So I'm just going to write متعلقان. Again, you see why jar majroor, knowing to what thing it is being attached to, it's very important. All right. And then najzi, what is najzi?
It's a فعل مضارع جزي نجزي. So نحن نحن is the file.
Yes.
So man is mubtada, shakara will be khabar.
Yes. Will not be it will be khabar, but it's also a fi'l ماضي.
Which forms the
it's a
khabar for man? No.
Man is a صلة الموصول. Is a اسم موصول, sorry. Shakar will be the صلة الموصول. So it's not, yeah.
So the whole will be maful bihi for najzi then.
Yes. Najzi.
Fail and file and man shakara will be maful bihi for najzi then.
Yes. So this whole thing is the maf'ul bihi. So it's a mubtada. Actually, no. Oh, what's happening here? Because this is...
Man is isme mausul and shakara is silatul mausul. Mausul with silatul mausul, the whole will form the maful bihi for najzi. Fail.
Exactly. So man, because I'm just remembering istifham and the fi'l after it, it's muta'addi. Because it's muta'addi, but لم يستوفى مفعول به. The maf'ul bihi is not mentioned. So does this become the maf'ul bihi then? Oof, I've forgotten something here. I will confirm. But anyway, let's just say that. Okay, so shakara is our silatul mawsul, and inside it is a fi'l ماضي. Okay, and together they form the مفعول به. Right? مفعول به of najzi. So that we are clear what is happening. So we reward who? Man shakar. So this answers the question who to najzi. Okay. Okay. Not a lot of Sarf words to do. I think we can finish this part. All right.
Shimun. Ha shin mim.
Ha shin mim, yes. So ha shin mim.
So this should be from family one. Karuma.
Yes.
Because of
I think it's karma. I'm not so sure. Also, let's check. I forgot.
Because
Shim, no, daraba. Daraba family, apparently.
But the file comes in Daribun pattern.
Yeah, but it's isim sifa here. It's not the isim fa'il, but isim sifa.
Sifa.
Mushabbaha bi sifa. Yeah.
Sifa
mushabbaha.
So it is daraba. Ha. Daraba yadribu. So hashama yahshimu.
Yes.
Hashama yahshimu. Hashiman.
I'm just gonna say Hasham. Hashmun.
Hashimun.
So you see there's a Hashim. The tribe of the Prophet is called Hashim.
Hashim.
Right?
Banu Hashim.
Yes, Banu Hashim. And then of course, mashhumun would be the ism maf'ul. And if you do all the sarf, you'd come to the sifa, which would be now Hashimun.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the sarf kabir, we're gonna skip the sarf kabir.
Okay.
The sarf kabir of sifa, it's just gonna skip it. Because we already found it. Yeah. And this, I'm just gonna tell you, it means dried up twigs. Okay. So like when you have branches or twigs that are dried up that you use for firewood or that you use to build fences and things like. But back in the days, in old days, they used to pile up these twigs together, mesh them together, and then it would form like a fence. Yeah. I'm gonna try and find a picture and maybe share it with you guys. Something close enough. It's not gonna be exact, but yeah, that's what they used to use. Okay. Then we have muhtadir.
حاضر
Yeah.
حاضر
حضارة.
اهتزر يهتزر. Family 8.
Yes, this is family 8. And this is,
So اسم الفاعل
yes,
مهتزر.
this is the اسم فاعل. So,
اهتزر
اهتزر.
يهتزر اهتزارا
Mhm.
فهو مهتزر.
Yes. احتضار. Oop. محتضر. محتضر. This is what we're looking for.
Same.
Mhm.
مهتزر مهتزران مهتزرون.
Mhm. محتضرون. محتضر. Now, this is a pretty interesting word because it's not really commonly used. محتضر. محتضر is the person who builds that fence for animals using dried up twigs. So I'm just gonna call it fence maker because that makes the most sense. Because there's no name like this in Arabic, in English. Like just the guy who builds that fence for animals using dried up twigs would be the muhtadir. Because the hadira is the pen of animals. You know that structure where animals are kept inside? That would be a hadira. Yeah. So it comes from this same family. And then najjaynahu.
نون جيم واو.
Najja.
family 2.
Two. And this
نجا
is
فيلم ماضي يعني نجا
najja.
ينجي
Yunajji.
نجا ينجي تنجية. نجا ينجي
Tanjin.
تنجية فهو منج.
Munajjin. So
منجي.
najja.
سنجينا فيلم ماضي. نجا نجيا نجا نجوا نجوا
Hi. Najjo. Yes.
نجيت نجيتا نجيتم. So it continues.
Yeah, and then all the way to Nahnu version,
نجينا
which would be Najjayna.
نجينا.
Najjayna. So نحن نجينا. أنت نجيت. أنتما نجيتما. أنتم نجيتم. All the way to نحن نجينا. And that's where it is.
نجادي. That is to save.
Yes. We
saved
saved them.
them.
And then نجزي.
جزا.
جزا.
جيم زايا جزا يجزي. جيم زايا. This is
ضرب.
مضارع. Family 1. جزا
ضرب.
جزا يجزي جزاء.
جزاء.
وهو جازم.
جازم. Exactly. So
We
نجزي.
want the مضارع. يجزي يجزياني يجزيون. So يجزون.
يجزون. Not
يجزون.
يجزيون. Yes, good. And then of course you're
يجزون.
gonna have to do all the way to نحن
نجزي.
نجزي because it's at the end. So يجزون تجزي تجزياني يجزينا and then all the way to
نجزي.
نجزي. Exactly.
So
And this
we
means
reward. We rewarded,
Yes.
or we will reward, or
Yeah, we reward or we will reward.
we will
كذلك
reward.
نجزي, we reward. Yeah. Or reward is fine. Reward is just fine. And that's all the sarf words we had today. I think we are almost at time, so that was a good revision. Unless there's any other questions, I think that's a good point to stop. Oh, this is supposed to be 31 to 35. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point to stop, because even in the explanation, I think we're going to start from this portion, 31 to 35 next week. And then the grammar would continue off. Although next week there's quite a bit of things that we have done, because you can see it's very repetitive. And also the sarf is not a lot. So we might do two portions next week together. Oh, maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how far we go again. But alhamdulillah, so far so good. Is there any questions, any clarifications, any corrections, anything that we need to
It's
tackle
only with the
before?
fa, sister, like what to consider that fa.
Yeah.
Even though just let
Yeah.
see whether to
Yeah, is it
atifa,
fa'atuf? Is it istinaf? Is it fasiha? The fasiha one is a tricky one. Even me, I cannot, when I just read an ayah, I cannot tell that this is fasiha immediately. Like I have to go read a tafsir, or I read a grammar book, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, that makes sense as fasiha. So that's a tricky one. Yeah. Inshallah, we'll practice and it will get better. Okay. Any other thing?
So here Hashim, like how can we know that this is Sifa or Ismul File, sister? Because normally we consider as Ismul File when it comes with Karuma. Karuma has
Yes.
the Ismul File on the Sifa pattern, right?
Yes. So I think that one just comes with practice and knowing vocabulary, knowing words.
Acha.
So that's the only way, because it's really hard. If you just know like but then again, the meaning, whether it's lazim or mutaaddi, if you know a word that is lazim or mutaaddi, then you'd also know, is it karuma or is it other families as well? Because karuma will always be lazim.
Lazim.
Right.
Ji.
Right. Okay, I think we can safely end there. So سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. See you guys next week.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sister, mafuli ajjalahu is maful lahu itself?
Yes, same thing. Same
Okay.
thing.
That is reasoning the thing, why it's
Why?
happening.
Yeah.
Ji, why? Okay. Ji.
All right. Okay, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jazakillah khairan kaseera, sister.
حياكم.